Danny Jin-Myung Lee is a New Zealand professional golfer. Lee was born in Incheon, South Korea, and emigrated to New Zealand at the age of 8. He became a naturalized New Zealander on the 2nd of September 2008 at Rotorua, where he attended Rotorua Boys High School. Amateur career. Lee became the youngest ever winner of the U.S. Amateur in August 2008, aged 18 years and 1 month, 6 months younger than Tiger Woods when he won in 1994. His age record was broken the following year by 17-year-old and Byung-hun. He became number 1 in the world amateur golf ranking on the 20th of August 2008 and remained number 1 until he turned pro in April 2009. He was awarded the 2008 Mark H. McCormack Medal on the 27th of August. In October, he represented New Zealand at the Eisenhower Trophy in Adelaide, Australia. A final round 11 over 84 saw him finish T37 in the individual standings. The New Zealand team finished tied for 11th. In February 2009, Lee won the Johnny Walker Classic in Perth, Australia, a professional tournament co-sanctioned by the European, Asian, and Australasian tours. He was the youngest ever winner on the European Tour, surpassing Dale Hayes, and only the second amateur winner after Pablo Martin. The win took him to 159th place in the official World Golf Ranking. Lee's first major was the 2009 Masters Tournament, where his first round 2 over 74 put him in a position to make the cut. In the second round he eagled the par 5 8th and played the front 9 in 34, but of 6 putt led to quintuple bogey on the 10th, dropping him to 5 over for the tournament. He was unable to recover, eventually finishing 11 over par. Professional career. 2009 bid for PGA Tour status falls short. Lee turned professional after the 2009 Masters Tournament, forfeiting his guaranteed entry into the 2009 U.S. Open and the 2009 British Open as the 2008 U.S. Amateur Champion. In April, Lee signed a 2-year endorsement contract with Callaway Golf to use Callaway clubs, balls, and signage on his clothes. The company has not released how much his contract is worth, but sources say it is for $1 million per year. Lee was allowed to use 7 sponsor exemptions during the PGA Tour season, and gained 3 other starts courtesy of his U.S. Amateur and Johnny Walker Classic titles. His goal was to earn $537,958, which would have given him temporary membership and allowed him to receive an unlimited amount of invitations. That figure is the amount earned by the player who finished 150th on the 2008 money list. Lee made 6 out of 11 PGA Tour cuts after turning pro, with 2 top 25 finishes. He tied for 13th at the HP Byron Nelson Championship in May, and improved on his best finish in a PGA Tour event by finishing in a tie for 7th at the eight.He National in July. That top 10 finish earned Lee a spot in the following week's John Deere Classic, meaning he did not have to use one of his 2 remaining sponsor exemptions. The money from his T7 finish put him $187,904 away from earning temporary status on tour. Lee missed the cut by 2 strokes at the John Deere Classic after bogeying the last 2 holes of his second round. Lee missed the cut again 3 weeks later at the Buick Open. In August, Lee became the youngest player to play in a World Golf Championship event when he played the WGC Bridgestone Invitational. He finished T51 at the event. He made the cut but did not finish at the Wyndham Championship 2 weeks later. He used his last sponsor exemption of the season to play in the tournament and did not earn enough money on tour to earn his card for 2010. Lee then switched his focus to the European Tour, as well as playing selected events in Asia. He made his maiden appearance as a professional in Europe at the Johnny Walker Championship at Gleneagles, where he finished T10 as a draw card for the Korea Open and the Coca-Cola Tokai Classic in Japan. He played the first 2 rounds of both events with fellow teen prodigy Ryo Ishikawa. Lee entered the PGA Tour's qualifying school at the first stage level, beginning his campaign in McKinney, Texas on the 20th of October. Needing to finish in roughly the top third of the field, rounds of 7-2, 7-8, 6-9, 7-6 saw him fall well short of advancing to the second stage. After arriving back in Asia for the Singapore Open, Lee cited swing changes, illness and cold weather as reasons for his disappointing performance in Texas, and confirmed an intention to play mainly on the European Tour in 2010. He also announced he had signed Korean-born Suki Jang, an affiliate of Hank Haney, as his new coach. He then played the WGC HSBC Champions, the Hong Kong Open, and represented New Zealand with David Smale at the Omega Mission Hills World Cup, all with limited success. Lee made a poor start to the 2010 season, making just 2 cuts in his first 9 events on the European Tour. On the eve of the BMW PGA Championship in May, Lee announced a new partnership with English caddy Peter Coleman and a new coach Bill Chung. "I finally feel that I'm in the right position with my swing and that has got me really excited," Lee said. However, after receiving a sponsor's invite to play the RBC Canadian Open in July, Lee stated he was now without a swing coach. He added that he had been through several coaches since turning professional and had perhaps become too technical with his mechanics, and was now trying to focus more on playing than tweaking his swing. Lee eventually finished the race to Dubai in 159th place, making 10 out of 20 cuts with a best finish of T21 at the BMW International Open in June. Late in the year, he successfully negotiated the first 2 stages of PGA Tour qualifying school in California. At the final stage in Florida, Lee shot rounds of 7-4, 7-2, 6-9, 6-5, 7-2, 7-4 to finish T64. His placing earned him full nationwide tour playing rights, allowing him to plan a 35-event, 2-tour itinerary for 2011. Lee began a noticeable return to form a couple of months into the new year. A tie for 7th in the Chitimacha, Louisiana Open was followed by a strong showing for 54 holes at the Malaysian Open, eventually being disqualified for signing an incorrect final round scorecard. The next week he tied for 2nd at the Volvo China Open, 4 shots behind winner Nicolas Colsaez. In May, a tie for 5th in the Stadion Classic at UGA was followed by an outright 3rd at the BMW Charity Pro-Am, lifting him to 10th on the Nationwide Tour's money list. In June he injured his left wrist during an Open Championship qualifier, forcing his withdrawal and a 4-week break from competition. Diagnosed as tendonitis, he worked with his caddy in American events, Jeff Bellin, on grip and swing adjustments. By early September he had posted 3 further Nationwide Tour top 10 finishes, including a tie for 2nd at the Cox Classic. In early October, Lee won the WNB Golf Classic in Texas, beating Harris English in a playoff. The $94,500 first prize lifted him to 4th on the money list, assuring him of a place inside the final money list's top 25, those being the players who gained PGA Tour cards for the following season. "It feels great to win again," Lee said. I haven't won a tournament since I won the 2009 Johnny Walker Classic, and it's a great feeling. It's not easy to win, and I worked really hard with my uncle and my coach for this. I'm really happy it worked. Lee credited the switch to a belly putter in this event as beneficial, and came after pulling out of the previous week's event after 27 holes citing his wrist injury. Lee finished 6th on tour with earnings of $326,100, making 13 of 18 cuts with 9 top tens. He had the season's lowest scoring average of 68.98. Lee entered the new season with PGA Tour and European Tour cards. He said he was still keen to play a two-tour schedule, however his main focus would be on America. He made only 13 cuts in 26 events on the PGA Tour and lost his tour card. He did not play on the European Tour. After striking up a successful partnership late in the Nationwide Tour season, Lee said he would have Australian Graham Courts, a former long-time caddy of Lauren Roberts, working for him on the PGA Tour. KJ Choi introduced Lee to another Australian, Steve Bann, as a potential coach. I'm close with KJ Choi and he said I was thinking too much about my swing. Lee said, I was always working on something and I'm too technical sometimes. KJ introduced me to Steve. Steve is a simple guy who is teaching me how to practice with better routine and how to trust my own game and not think too much. Lee played on the Web.com Tour in 2013, finishing 15th on the regular season money list to regain his PGA Tour card for 2014. His best finish was second at the Rex Hospital Open. On the back of 6 straight missed cuts, Lee adopted a claw putting grip for the Puerto Rico Open in March. He credited the change of putting style for yielding him an instant result. The runner-up finished 2 shots behind winner Chesson Hadley. In the 2015 PGA Tour full season, Lee finished 3rd at the Earl Classic at Mayakoba. In the spring, he finished 7th at the Valspar Championship and 10th at the Crowne Plaza Invitational at Colonial. He won his first PGA Tour event in July at the Greenbrier Classic. The next week he finished 4th at the John Deere Classic. In August he finished 4th at the Quicken Loans National and 6th at the WGC Bridgestone Invitational. With a runner-up finish at the Tour Championship, he finished 9th in the FedEx Cup standings. Amateur wins: 2007 South Island Amateur, New Zealand Amateur. 2008 Lake Macquarie Amateur, North Island Amateur, Western Amateur, U.S. Amateur. 2009 Georgia Cup. Professional wins: PGA Tour wins, PGA Tour playoff record, European Tour wins, Nationwide Tour wins. Results in major championships: DNP equals did not play, cut equals missed the halfway cut, T indicates a tie for a place. Results in World Golf Championship events. Results not in chronological order prior to 2015. DNP equals did not play, QF R16, R32, R64 equals round in which player lost in match play, T equals tie, yellow background for top 10. PGA Tour and European Tour career summary. Asterisk complete as of September 27, 2015. Lee was not ranked because he was not a member. Team appearances: Amateur Eisenhower Trophy 2008, Professional World Cup 2009, President's Cup